Now let's use the quotient rule along with the product rule depending on the problem. Remember, the quotient rule says the log of a quotient is equal to the difference of logs. That's a B there. That's an O, not a lag. Good. So in part A here, we'd write it as the log of the numerator minus the log of the denominator. Log base 5 of y is log base 5 of y. Nothing we can do with that one. But log base 5 of 125, well, 5 to what power is 125? The third power. So that logarithm now gets replaced with the number 3 because it simplifies. In part B, we now have a product and a quotient. You want to go in the proper order. Since the outermost operation is division, then we start with the quotient rule first. Quotient rule says it's the log of the numerator minus the log of the denominator. And then for that first logarithm, we have a product, so we can use the product rule only on the first one. So the log of the first part of the product plus the log of the second part of the product. And that log base 6 of z just carries down. So that's your final answer. Again, this can go both directions. I can give you what I have underlined there and say write as one logarithm, and you'll go back to what I have in black at the top of part B. Part C, be careful. Start with your quotient rule first. Log of the numerator minus the log of the denominator. And then we'll do the product rule on the second logarithm. And I'm going to write down what students usually write down. They'll say log of 4 minus log of A plus log of B. Because they say, okay, that's the log of a product, so that's a sum of logs. Well, that's true, but what's wrong with this? Talk louder, I can't hear you. Scream it if you have to. It's because since this broke into two pieces and it follows a subtraction, I need to put parentheses around it so that I remember to distribute that negative through. Otherwise, bad things will happen. So distributing that negative through, I get log of 4 minus log of A minus log of B. Now that's the correct answer. So be careful when your logs break up into pieces and they follow subtraction signs, or if they follow something that had a coefficient, which we'll do in a second, then you have to use parentheses to remember to distribute through.